So for topic three, Arrow came out last week. Or episode one. Which,
A lot of shows came back
well,
last week.
yeah, but we're just gonna be talking about Arrow because I don't think. Do you think Flash was? There wasn't really anything to really talk about in Flash.
Snowberry.
Yeah, but you have a weird fascination with other people's relationships.
I ship things. I
Yes,
ship
yes,
fake characters.
yes. Okay,
Uh,
so for
there were some qualities. I mean, well, mostly it was kind of stuff we already knew, but it's interesting to see how it'll play out. Like Harrison Wells leaving the message. So like obviously they have Tom Cavanaugh still there, which you said he'll probably be an Earth 2 Reverse Flash or something.
yeah,
I see him coming back. And then the whole Ronnie thing.
that was weird. I didn't see that coming.
Spoilers, by the way.
I said we were gonna talk about episode one. If they don't understand, then.
Yeah.
So I just want to really just talk about Arrow because there was a lot in Arrow. I would say like a lot more than what Flash really gave us. Because Flash is like a slow burn, I would say, but Arrow one they threw like Damien Dark. He almost killed Arrow. If
It
Diggle,
might just be because Flash was like more depressing.
that was very surprising actually.
It might have been, but that's probably because it's on the season 2 story arc as opposed to a season 4 story arc.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But-
That might have been what contributed to
But
it.
they threw like a lot of cool stuff at us in Arrow episode one. I would say.
What kinds of stuff, Lane?
Well, I mean, they threw Damien Dark almost killing Arrow, like I just said. They
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I was like, well, I know he's not gonna die, but what the fuck power is that? Like, I
right.
don't-
You want to know so
he-
much more. Like,
Is he like fucking like the DC version of Iron Fist, and he just has like the fucking the chi shit, and he just like can choke people up? He's oh my god, he's Darth Vader.
but
Disney is bought DC.
but then there's like Quentin Lance meeting up with Damien Dark.
That was pretty fucking cool.
I did not.
That was cool.
They're like, there's someone here to see you. I was like, so maybe Amanda Waller or somebody from Hive, something like that. And he just fucking strolls around the corner.
Which Hive was Brother Blood's thing, so like I'd never heard Damien Dark until like last season.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they have him running the show as opposed to. Does that mean they're gonna like reveal another bigger Brother Blood?
Maybe. I mean, obviously, there isn't going to be anyone bigger than a bigger bad than Damien Dark, but
Not this season, though.
yeah. But I don't know. How do you think they're going to like stop him really? Because it's at this point, he looks unstoppable realistically.
Well, we saw a weakness,
What the
blood statue thing.
yeah, but
So I think his powers
come from that.
yeah, and they wane over time. It's kind of like the Green Lantern, like he always has to charge up his ring and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though every fucking battle in space, he has enough juice, like all the time, until they want to make that plot point where it's like, oh no, I'm running out of energy. I have to go. Like
It was also weird that he just like when Diggle shot him in the back, he just disappeared. Like, I don't. Does he have teleporting powers, or did he just run away? It was just it's weird. Do you remember that part?
yeah, I remember that part. Diggle sure saw him leaving if he saw him.
Yeah, just like can he teleport? Because that'd be fucking unfair if he can. And I don't
Maybe that's how he got into the office building before in the first place.
maybe even he just that was a badass scene.
This is a closed meeting.
That was an awesome scene. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
It was like the thing where the girl was like, I'm gonna go call the police, and he just like puts his hand out. It was like kind of like the Johnny Depp and Black Mask thing where he goes up to the wife's room of the FBI agent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, you should come down for dinner. Just like, I don't know if you're gonna kill me, rape me, or feed me food. I don't know what's happening right now. Like it could go either way.
But he just seems such like a badass, and it's so much different than what Roz was. Because I think Roz was badass, but he was like, I guess
The actor is wicked good too.
what the one that's
Like,
playing Roz or Damien.
Yeah, he's almost got like an Ed Harris kind of thing going on, but he's also. Do you remember who he played in a different
No.
universe?
No.
Dum Dugan.
Oh.
It's Dum Dugan.
Isn't Dum Dum Dugan a fucking dragon?
No, that's Fing Fang
Oh,
Boom.
that is. I sound like such a noob.
How? I know.
I'm also glad that they didn't like obviously there's conflict between Diggle and Arrow still, but like they didn't like
There is, but like he admits, like at certain points, he's like, kind of like he calls him man one time, And then he's like, I'm not right. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm really, really close, apparently, even though I'm ignoring you when I walk away 2 seconds
His
earlier.
wife basically called him a bitch and to get over it. So I forgave him. Why don't you, Diggle?
But I do like that dynamic between Oliver and Lila, though. Like in the Flaro episode last season, they were kind of like, yeah, they don't understand. Like, you have to do some fucked up shit if you're going to do it.
And I'm just glad they're not like fighting like at each other's throats for like every episode. Like
No,
they got
they
over it kinda.
yeah, they're gonna work together, but they're gonna be at arm's length
Yeah.
for a little bit,
But is it
which is good, which is interesting. But also, I'm pretty sure they'll have it resolved within 3 episodes.
Oh, probably.
So.
But it's a lot better. He's probably gonna have to like save Diggle's like save either Diggle's daughter or save Lila and he'll be like, you know what, you are a good guy in case you didn't know it already. And the reveal when he's like, I'm the Green Arrow, that was fucking it was
Ooh,
great.
wait a second.
What? You didn't see that?
What? Oh, what were you saying?
When he
Go ahead.
revealed that he was Green Arrow, or when he called himself Green Arrow?
I actually rebooted that up from my computer and I linked it to my fucking Xbox and I fucking rewatched that public service announcement thing.
That was fucking
'Cause
awesome.
I don't like how he said Green Arrow, and I know I'm nitpicking the fuck out of it, but like the costume actually looks wicked good, and the whole Oliver acts so much different now. It's kind of awesome.
He's like cheerful, which is strange.
Yeah, which is they said in after the 5 year mark it'll be the Oliver that you know, which is the witty, like quirky kind of Oliver, still badass but still kind of joking around and shit.
It was just it was great. It was a cool reveal. Like I figured they were gonna say that till later in the season. He was just gonna be a. I mean, I guess he needed to be called something, and they weren't just gonna call him a vigilante again all the time. And
Yeah.
Arrow is dead or whatever the fucking story is.
Yeah, so you just throw. It's just kind of weird that you just kind of throw Arrow or Green in front of it, but
What do you
I mean,
What do you think?
they could have gone through the first 3 seasons not calling him Arrow. Like, we got Quiverman. Like, they couldn't have done that. So I mean,
I guess they.
Green Arrow's good.
Yeah. What do you think Quentin's gonna? Because Damien Dark, when Quentin met up with him, was like, "You need to find out who the Arrow is." And like everything
and
you
everything.
like, what do you
So
think?
so Quentin's holding some cards close to the vest. You mean?
Yeah, like what do you think he's gonna do about that? Because if he doesn't do it, I'm sure Damien Dark's gonna like threaten Laurel or Sarah when she eventually comes back. I don't know if she's gonna actually stick on Arrow for that long. Probably not.
Probably.
Yeah.
I need more information on the Quentin thing, because why did he? Because end of season 3, spoilers. Oliver beats Roz, and it seems like it's okay. And the whole reason the town's fucked up now is because of this group. So what motive did Quentin have after the city was saved in season 3 to work with a terrorist organization? Did they promise him, like, did they come up with like some goodwill, or did they sell it initially as like, we're gonna save the city type thing, kind of like Brother Blood? Or
Do you think he might like have some form of bringing Sarah back to life, and he might have promised that possibly?
made a deal that maybe, yeah, even though it seems kind of too late.
Yes, but I mean,
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't have been like. I mean, he didn't know about Thea getting resurrected, right? But like,
no. At least I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. I don't know why they wouldn't have played that card last season instead of this season, unless they really were stretching for ideas for the season. I don't know.
It seemed because do you think that was like when he raided the office? Do you think that was they were already working together, or was it like after they
Oh, yeah.
spared
Yep.
Quentin? That Quentin was like, maybe I have to work with this guy, so I'll do whatever
No.
he says. So you think it was?
No, he's been working with him the whole
Yeah,
time.
probably.
Because he seemed kind of calm in the meeting.
Oh yeah, like it wasn't worried.
Because like I don't know what the girl's name was, but it's like, Beatrice. No, I wouldn't do that. Like, just sit down. He'll kill you. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, because this guy just crashed the meeting and threatened to blow up the fucking city and shit. Like, I don't know.
But
I think he knew who he was underneath.
That's a good point, but it's also because they raided the office and they were like planning on killing him, but then he fought back to protect Laurel. But I guess they don't know.
Were they though?
Well, okay.
Because they took forever to shoot.
That's a fair point.
Because the first 3 like dropped instantly, and then it was just like, hey, Quentin.
That's a good point, but like, don't you think he would? I mean, I guess they caught the men, so maybe the men couldn't report back to Damien Dark that Quentin fought them off to protect Laurel or Canary or whatever. But it's just weird because don't you think Damien Dark might find out about that? You know what I'm saying?
maybe. Yeah.
Because
I think it was all a ploy. Which now I'm trying to think, like, is Quentin trying to I think he might be trying to win back over Team Oliver or Team Arrow, or whatever you want to call it now. I don't even know. Technically, it was Diggles, and then like the public service announcement, it was back to Oliver pretty much being in charge. But uh, like, is he trying to get them close? Is he trying to save Laurel out of it, or is he trying to? I don't know what his motives would be.
Well, his main
It's
motive was always to save Laurel, you would assume, but he definitely has to have like a secondary main motive.
Yeah, but now is it to save her from the lifestyle that she's living again, or something stupid like that?
Possibly.
I mean,
Because Damien definitely has to hold something over his head for him to work with them, or they
well,
had to have been
yeah,
a deal, which we said,
yeah.
yeah. But it's definitely going to be intriguing where they take it. And then one more part I want to talk about the episode, unless you have anything else you want to talk about, is the ending scene with the
Yeah,
tombstone.
that's what I was gonna say. And now, initially, well, who do you? Well, explain the scene first.
Okay, so it says I don't remember what happened. Oh, I think Felicity and Oliver are like lovey kiss, and then they
CW drama.
then they fast forward 6 months to Oliver standing in front of a newly like covered grave, which you could tell because it's like new dirt and whatever. And he's like, he's not too like he's not crying his eyes out.
He's stoic and
It's like
he's old Oliver.
Yeah.
I guess he's darkness version Oliver.
yeah, but he's not freaking out, but he's also upset. And then Barry comes in and was like, and Oliver's like, "Oh, were you fighting Zoom or whatever? Busy with Zoom?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Sorry, I would have been here earlier." And then he just runs away. I don't really know what the point of.
No, because Oliver's like, he's like Zoom, and he's like, yeah, and then he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him. So I don't know if he's talking about killing Zoom, if Zoom's responsible for it, or if he's just like, I don't know if that was just like, you're still dealing with Zoom, or is that why you missed the funeral?
Yeah.
Is because of Zoom thing?
And then
Which I'm leaning more towards that.
and then Oliver said like, "I used to
I
think."
want to be alone.
He said like, "I used
yeah, go
to
ahead,
think
sorry.
this would be my fault, or I would be the cause of this, but it's not," or something like that. So I think it's either Quentin in the grave. I want to say Felicity, but I feel like he'd be so much more hurt than he was, or
Yeah.
appear that way. And the only reason I think,
Well, we both acknowledge that it would have to be somebody that Barry knew as well. Like almost, well, maybe not. He doesn't necessarily like he knows most of it. Team Arrow.
yeah,
So.
and I don't think has he met Quentin. Actually, they went.
Yeah, they met face to face, but I don't think he'd be like at the funeral for Quentin.
That's possible. But it's also 6 months in the future, so you don't know. Maybe they meet. Oh God.
Stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't and giving us that much information as like a tease, it's definitely gonna fuck with us.
They probably don't even know.
We might be right, but
They might not even know at this point.
no, they definitely have an idea of who they want.
Oh, I mean, I probably have an idea, but it definitely could change. Because if they knew who it was going to be, they would have. I mean, I guess they want to keep the tease and not be like, "Here's who's going to die in 6 months." Get
No,
used to it.
they know who they're killing off.
But so, do you
I
think
don't-
it's just
I-
Felicity, or
I have a few ideas. I want to say it is Felicity, just because that whole 5 year mark is going to be the Oliver that we know. So I feel like they might do if Felicity, because honestly, the best part of the episode, the strongest part of the episode, at certain points, some other points, it was kind of like, what am I watching? I'm not watching a superhero movie type or a TV show. Was Oliver and Felicity. Their whole dynamic was different because Oliver was more cheery and shit, and they had the more like, instead of her just saying the quirky stuff, he was kind of like giving it back and stuff.
that's true?
So their whole dynamic was better. So I feel like them building that up might be like, we're gonna build it up all season just to have her get fucking
Killed.
yeah, which sucks because then we're gonna hear the whole thing like they only kill because his mom died. Well, Tommy died first, but then like
I don't
it's
think
just
that was
been,
a
like,
big
a
deal,
slew
really.
of-
Obviously, it was a big deal, but it wasn't like his mom dying or when Thea died. And I think
Well,
Felicity.
Thea died for 20 minutes or
Well, yeah.
for 5 minutes.
But
But they're gonna play that out too. I mean, we're getting off topic with like, the grave thing. I think it might be Felicity just so that they open up the door for the Green Arrow Canary.
Oh, that's possible.
relationship again. They might do like a Spider-Man type thing because Peter Parker didn't really date Mary Jane. They were like mutual friends with Gwen, but once like Gwen died, he was like super depressed. And then she was like, "It's gonna be okay," and then like that turned into a relationship. So I kind of feel like that might be how Laurel gets back into it with.
That'll be
I mean,
such.
it'll take some time. It'll be weird, and it'll be.
It'll be a huge risk if they do that because she's. I think Felicity is probably like the second favorite character on the show.
Oh, everyone loves Felicity. Yeah, if they kill off Felicity, that
I don't
there's
even think
probably
they
gonna
were.
be a little
Do you
bit.
think they were like when season one was happening? Do you think they were planning on like putting her
No,
in the series, or there was just like,
no, because they have that thing where they said the executive directors saw her like her scene with Walter Steele or whatever, and they're like, "We need more of her." And then all of a sudden it was like now she's a big player because Felicity Smoke in the comics is around for like 3 issues or whatever. It's something wicked
so it
small
was
and
probably
like
just like a cameo, and then they're like, people love this
and then
person.
yeah. Then they Emily Bett Rickards was probably like, I need to make this into something.
I was thinking that maybe it could be Thea, but I feel like they've done that once, so it wouldn't be
Yeah.
a huge surprise, really. Like it'd be
Yeah,
a surprise,
which-
obviously, but it's not.
Which might explain the single tear coming out of Oliver's eyes because he's probably like, I fucking
I've dealt with this shit before.
yeah. I was more upset last season, but it still sucks because it was my sister and I kind of let her down. But I don't think that would have the same resonance as well. Felicity dying would be the biggest thing. Thea dying kind of would. But why would they kill Thea? Are they gonna open it up for a third Red Hood? Oh God, Connor, don't.
Oh, that is
Don't
that
do
is a
it.
great,
No.
great point.
If we lose Thea for fucking goddamn
Oh,
Connor Hawk,
man.
swear to God.
That
Oh.
that might not be a true thing, but that is also a very real possibility. Because didn't they hint towards
Yeah, the Flaro episode, they had the mom meet up in Central City, and then she was pregnant.
you're
and- oh no, she already had the kid.
you're gonna be hating this idea until it's proven false.
Because then I'm gonna be like, so are they gonna kill Oliver in season 5 so that Connor becomes the Green Arrow or something? Shit? Oh God. But all right, I'm getting away from that for a while. We'll deal with that.
Let's leave that later.
Hopefully not though.
So realistically,
I think it might be Diggle.
it could be Diggle.
Because honestly, I thought they were gonna like I forget the actor's name that plays Diggle, but he was kind of like he was at some Comic-Con or whatever, and they're like, "What do you like most? Like, what do you like most about reading the scripts?" He's like, "I always like looking at the back of the page and not seeing that I'm not dead." But like, I kind of feel like I love Diggle, and I think he needs to be there, but his whole thing is being like Oliver's conscience, right?
Yeah.
So if Oliver is going to be the witty, quirky Oliver in love with Felicity this season, what's going to be the need? That whole conscience. He won't need a conscience. He'll be his own man, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and Diggle will still be his brother, but especially if Diggle goes down a dark side and this whole hive infiltration thing, doing it on his own, and it gets him killed type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I see Diggle being a good candidate for death.
I was also thinking that
honestly,
doesn't Oliver have a graveyard like in his backyard?
he did, yeah.
Because I was wondering if that's where that
Next to his
was.
father. I think he might have removed them,
Maybe.
or he might have just removed the dad's
Because
one.
I think there was like 3.
Because remember, he had like the first episode, I think it might have been like right before Helena Bertinelli got on there. He was like, he had that speech where he talked to the tombstone as if it was his dad. He's like, I can't be the guy that everybody wants me to be and all this stuff. And then like he turns around and he talks to his like, I don't know, at that point he had servants and shit. And he's like, knock it down. go ahead.
Because I was thinking maybe that was in the backyard with like next to his mom and his dad, but then that would only leave it to be Thea, I assume, or I guess
It more looks like the one where Sarah is.
that's
to be
possible.
honest.
Which could mean it's Quentin, or could this is out of left field.
Or
What
do,
if it's
or do they just knock out? Do they? Ooh, that would be interesting if they. I mean, I love Kitty Cassidy, but what if they kill off Laurel?
that's what I was just gonna say. I was like, could be Laurel,
Felicity becomes
his wife.
the canary.
That'd be a weird. I don't.
I mean, she's already been fucking Captain Atom, right? So like, I mean, you might as well.
So there's so many. Obviously, there's a lot of places it could go, but realistically, it's probably just Quentin or Felicity.
Oh no. Well, Quentin's character, I think, is like, I like the thing with like him being dark and working with Damien, and maybe something's going on there. But I've seen him as like because especially once Flash came out, like Detective West is far superior to Detective Lance.
Yep.
Like Detective Lance can't figure out shit. Detective West found out in the first episode. Because there were a few times in season 2 I was like, I think Quentin knows. because there was the doll maker one where he gives him like a nod when he saves Laurel from the doll maker, and I was like, I think he knows. And then there was at the party where he like forgives him for being such a dick and like blaming him for killing Sarah, and he's like, you don't have to do it. He's like, yeah, I do. I was like, I think he knows, and now he knows, but he didn't know.
It's true.
And he's just kind of a weak character, and like because the whole Quentin Laurel thing,
That's kind of
like it's almost getting to the point where like why don't we just have Laurel be an alcoholic again, because it's basically the same boring
that's what I
shit
was gonna
all the
say. I was
time.
like, their relationship's kind of like run its course. Like, there's no,
And he's like so controlling and kind of like unfair to her.
yeah,
Like, Laurel, I want the best for you, but like I also want you to not go outside. Like, you're gonna be safe. Or like when there was that whole thing. I mean, I got off of Tumblr, and I know I've made comments about how many people are like how many males are not on Tumblr, but there was that whole thing where when he found out about Sarah and like, that she didn't tell him and stuff, and he's like, "How did you lie to me? I can't believe I thought we were close and stuff." And it's like, wait, didn't you lie to her when you planted the phone on her in season one? Like, aren't you being contradictory right now and unfair? And it's very true. Watch this. Boom. Oh, I fucked up.
all right. So, is there any other things that happened in the episode that you want to talk about? I think we
No.
covered
Well,
like the whole episode.
well, it does. They have a lot of interesting pieces, and like I wasn't as hyped as I was coming into it, but now I got that hype
Oh,
back.
I definitely got the hype over Arrow more than I got Flash, and I was way.
I'm just worried about them killing like another female character, like like I don't. I wish it didn't have to be killing all the time. Like why do we have to ruin somebody's career and kill off a character all the time?
It's true.
Because they'll probably do something at the mid season too. Hopefully it's not a death, but
It's probably gonna have to be.
yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
All right. So,
I'm sure we'll talk about it a few other
yes,
weeks.
probably if they're good as this episode was, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So let us know down in the comments what you think of Arrow episode 1. If you agree or disagree, let us know who you think's on the tombstone too.
Yeah, that's the big
Yeah, that's
one.
definitely because obviously I think most people would think that episode's good.
Because I didn't think of that Connor Hawk one, and now I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it's so cool. I'm glad I thought of it, but I don't know. I just have a prejudice against. I don't like Connor Hawk at all.
All right.